Coach, what's it been like being, I guess, working with a defense who is, you guys, if you look at the numbers, you've got some stuff to tighten up yardage-wise, but you've been spectacular in takeaways, sacks. Have you been part of a defense that's been, had those kind of swings before? Been so good in the one area.
Yeah. Obviously we want to play elite, right? Everybody does. But, at the bottom line is you want to win the games, and how can we do our part, and we got to be efficient in all areas. Obviously being very good on first down to try and get defenses to get, to get the offenses in long yardage, get them behind the sticks. Where we haven't done a good job, and I think you're aware of it, is the third downs. We got to be better. We got to be better. We got to be more consistent in having those opportunities, and it's been different reasons why. Not executing it, not making a play, not knowing the situation in those moments. And we got to be better than that. We got to get off the field, and that's really what's cost us and made the drives continue. Now we've played some pretty good quarterbacks too. We've seen guys that are off schedule, whether the last couple of ball games that we've played. Guys that can do a really good job of breaking the pocket. And we got to do a good job of plastering receivers, and there's guys wide open. We got to be able to be tighter on those coverages, But we bottom line is, you want to win the games. We know that we got to be better on defense, more consistent, like you said. And but yeah, I'm gonna leave it there.
Bama's wide receiver said yesterday it was a field of dreams to go man-to-man with Tennessee. Does your room take that talk personal with preparation this week?
Again, I don't read what's being said. That'd be the first time, I've heard it. I'm sure that they probably listen to stuff like that, or it's out there in the social media. We just care about how we prepare. We know that our opponent's a good team. Obviously, everybody that we play is really good, and they're going to be ready for us. We just got to be our best when we play them. And they got great receivers. We know that. We faced them last year. They got a couple other guys too that are doing a really good job, and a quarterback that's hot. Simpson's doing a really great job of managing the offense and being very productive. So we've got to do a good job again on those early downs. Trying to get them behind the sticks to force the third down and longs, and be efficient and the best we can.
Willie, what can you guys do to be more consistent when you play zone? Is it more of an individual guys have a better feel for where receivers are in situations, or is it collectively as a group, the second and third levels have to be more on the same page?
I think it's a lot of it. Not anticipating what someone lines up in a formation and knowing the situation, whether whatever that D&D is, where are you at in the field. There's always some tells, to the story. As you prepare for an opponent. What are the strengths and weaknesses? So. There's a lot that goes into that, in the thought process. We've had times where guys were there to make a play, didn't make the play. Guys that did make plays, but it's who's the guy that they go to the most, or taking the right angles, being in the right place at the right time. We just got to do a better job, collectively as 11 guys. Defense, man, if you're not all on the same page, your holes, they'll pick you apart. So we've had 10 guys doing it right, one guy didn't do it right. We've had that before.
How have you seen Colton and back here, Coach? Sorry. How have you seen Ty and Colton push each other this year, and is it similar at all to how Ricky and Jermod pushed each other last year?
Yeah, they're doing a really good job on the edges, really are. They've been very consistent. They've made a bunch of plays, and you can't play defense if you don't have those guys on the outside that can can force the offense to go a different direction. And I think they're doing a good job. To compare them to Mod and to Ricky, I think is unfair a little bit. Because they've had their success at times. This year, and obviously Ty being young, it's his first year. We're really excited how he's really continuing to grow, and each and every week.
Three more, Grant, Adam, and Rob. Specifically at the safety position, is it more inconsistent mentally or more inconsistent physically?
I think it's a little bit of both on the whole entire group. You know, you said safeties. Obviously, they've got to be the guys that make the calls, make the checks, be on the same page. You know, that's very true. But they got to get it communicated to everybody else too. And I think moving forward, I mean, that's the whole idea, man. It's just doing your job. You know, everybody just do their job. All 11 guys. With the last line of defense, it's going to be more of a focus, right? You can see it more. You can see all the mistakes from space, you know. And we've got to be the guys that cover it up when someone does make mistakes in the front of you. You know what I mean? So it's the position. We just got to continue to grow and learn from those things and be more consistent, like I'm saying, with everybody.
Back to Jamad. At this point, I know there's some things you can do and can't do. Is your role just to encourage him through his rehab? What do you think your role is with Jamad while he's trying to get back?
Yeah, I mean, again, that's not a hard question to ask. You know, Mod is the same dude that he is when he walked in this, you know, when he came in on campus. He works every day. He's preparing every day to play, and he's on course to whatever that is. He's engaged every single day in our meetings. There's nothing really different other than him, you know, not playing on game day, you know. So he's doing a great job. He's obviously grown a lot from a standpoint on our package, knowing our defense. He's involved each and every day with whether it's Ty Redmond, whether it's any one of those young guys, or even Colton, you know, who's his first year. So, no, he's doing well.
Obviously, injuries are part of it. You've seen a lot as a veteran coach. How big of an adjustment you guys have to make? You know, first quarter of the season, you're down. You have two new starters at quarterback. How much does that shift? Not just
Yeah. You know, that's part of it. You know, I mean, you go on to the next man. You know, it is what it is. It's part of the game, and we all have to deal with it. And you know, and again, the best way to do that is to continue to develop your players and get everybody ready to go. We've got good players, and have that next man mentality. You know, you can't. It's not going to help you. You know, to sit there and think about it as it's happening, but. Obviously, you can only control what you can control. You can't control the uncontrollables, and just continue to work and develop and get the guys who's next in line to be ready, you know, and be prepared, so that when their moment comes, you know, they'll produce.
Thank you.
Thank you.